Welcome to Cardamone Law University, translating the Pennsylvania Workers' Compensation Act into plain English for injured workers. It's Mike Cardamone here. Today I wanted to talk about what's called a petition to modify under the Pennsylvania Workers' Compensation Act. This is a petition filed by the employer or insurance carrier where you were injured. And they're essentially stating that your workers' comp wage loss benefits should be reduced because that you have an earning power or actual earnings. For example, let's say you earned $1,000 per week prior to the date of injury, and that's your average weekly wage in terms of the workers' compensation case. And the employer gives you a job that fits your restrictions after the injury. They say, come on back. Your doctor says you have a 10-pound lifting restriction. We're going to give you some desk work to do so that you can come on back to work and start earning some money again. However, they only have a job available for 25 hours. So let's say you go back to work and you start earning $500 per week. Before you earned $1,000 a week. So they file a petition to modify to get the earnings recognized and your new workers' compensation rate recognized. How's the math work? Well, you would take 2/3 of the difference between the pre-injury average weekly wage of $1,000 and the actual earnings of $500. So it would be $1,000 minus 500, which equals 500 times 2/3. Which if you're using a calculator, you just put in 0.666. And that will give you the new partial workers' compensation rate. Make sure you call us if you don't already have an attorney so we can help you out with this. Sometimes the employer or the adjuster doesn't do the math right and they take too much money away from you. So we'll do the math for you to make sure that the compensation rate is appropriate. Also, if you don't have actual earnings, but they're alleging that you could be earning $500 per week. Let's say they offer you the job because their doctor claims you can work with a 10-pound restriction. Perhaps your doctor says no work at all. Well, they can still file a petition alleging that there's work available for you at $500 per week. And that's a case where you really want to make sure you lawyer up. And call us at 215-206-9068. Because if your doctor says you can't work at all, we can fight that. And you'll have to be prepared for the first hearing called supersedious. And we're really good at winning that particular part of the litigation. Well, to be honest, we don't lose many cases, period, but especially with supersedious. So we're not trying to be boastful, but it's just a reality. So make sure you let us know that there's a difference of opinion between what your doctor says and what their doctor says. Because if you don't go back to work, they're going to file that petition to modify. And they're going to take the position that their doctor is alleging that you can work at 10-pound lifting restriction. And we're going to say, no, your doctor, the treating physician who examined you on more than just one occasion, says that you can't work at all. And so we'll fight that petition for you. It's really important. If your checks are modified, if your status is modified, meaning the judge ultimately finds that you have an earning power, you're then on partial disability under the Pennsylvania Workers' Comp Act. What does that mean? Well, it means there's a 500-week cap or limit on your benefits. That's about 9.5 years. So you really want to try to be on temporary total disability, as long as your doctor supports you, of course, because that protects you and can give you checks for theoretically a lifetime, although that's very rare. But once you get modified, that clock will start ticking with that 500-week cap. So it's really important to defend a petition to modify. And even if you're not defending it, we'll be able to look at your case as a whole and figure out what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing to help for a potential settlement. So again, call us 215-206-9068. You can go on our website. It's www.cardamonelaw.com. CardamoneLaw.com, CardamoneLaw.com. Or you can email me directly. It's Michael, Michael, at CardamoneLaw.com. So Michael at CardamoneLaw.com. And let us know if you have any questions about Pennsylvania workers' comp, petition to modify, settlement, anything along these lines. And we'll talk to you again soon from Cardamone Law University.